Sri Kalyana Varadharaja Perumal Kovil Kalladipet. Moolavar Sri Kalyana Varadharaja Perumal or Pavalavanna Perumal. Thayar Sri Perundevi Thayar. This temple was historically known as Padmapuram and is estimated to be 500 years old. Perundevi shrine is located left to that of the Lord. The shrines for Navagrahas are installed on a stage designed as lotus petal. Magaram tree is the Salavriksham of the temple and Vaikanasam is the Puja. The Vimana of the Lord shrine is of Trikala design. Go Puja or cow worship is performed daily before the shrines of the Lord. Lord Sri Rama, Sri Andal, Sri Anjaneya and Sri Chakaratalvar, the deity of the discus of the Lord, grace from separate shrines in the temple. Tirthavari festival is celebrated in Vaikasi, May-June. The temple is situated so centrally that the devotees can also conveniently visit the Thiyagarajaswamy temple, North Face Lord Dakshinamurti temple and Pattinatha temple in Tiruvottiyur. The history behind this temple was narrated by the Butler. In the early 1700s, Chennai was under the governance of British East India Company and Joseph Collett was the president of Madras Presidency. Vijay Raghavacharya, a Vishnu devotee, was a trusted administrator of Joseph Collett. Vijay Raghavacharya began his daily work only after worshipping Pavalavanna Perumal in Kanjipuram. As he was travelling to Kanjipuram daily, Joseph Collett gave money for the construction of this temple near Madras for the convenience of his trusted agent. Upon the completion of the construction of the temple, the area was named after Joseph Collett as Kalladipet, which later changed to Kalladipet. Vijay Raghavacharya, however, continued the Kanjipuram visit. When questioned by Collett, he said that the beauty of the processional deity drew him there. Collett arranged to bring the deity here. So Pavalavanna appeared to him and told his devotee that he did not differ in appearance anywhere to his devotees. I am in the hearts of my devotees, he said. Vijay Raghavacharya rendered his services to this Lord throughout his lifetime. The Pavalavanna Perumal procession deity of the temple enjoys a special reputation in the temple with a staff in his left hand. The wedding festival is celebrated on the Pangani Uttram day. He comes to the mandapam with Mother Sridevi and Bhudevi before the Mother Perundevi shrine, where the festival is celebrated. Throughout the day, Perumal grants darshan with Mother. After special Thirumanjanam, he returns to the Sanctum Sanctorum. During the wedding festival, those facing wedding problems often offer unstripped coconut as nivedanam or offering, take it home and do pujas in the faith that the wedding would soon happen. As Perumal grants wedding boon, he is praised as Kalyana Varadharaja Perumal, wedding boon Perumal. A 9-day festival in connection with Sri Ramanavami, Lord Sri Rama's birthday, is celebrated in the temple. As this is celebrated after the birth of Sri Rama, this is called Janana Utsav. In this temple, this festival begins 9 days earlier and ends on Navami, the birthday of the Lord. Hence called Garbha Utsav, Utsav when the Lord was in Mother Kausalya's womb. The coronation of Sri Rama is celebrated on this day. Earlier it was an 18-day Garbha and Birth Utsav covering both periods. Now the Garbha Utsav only is celebrated. Arulmigu Thiyagarajaswamy temple Tiruvottiyur. Moolavar is called Sri Adipurishar. Other names Padampakkanadar, Manikka Thiyagar, Sri Puttidam Kondar, Elithariyum Peruman, Ambal, Sri Vadivudai Amman. This is the 20th Tevara Padal Petra Sthalam of Thondai Nadu. Moovar has sung hymns in praise of Lord Shiva of this temple. Other saints, Maharishis, Vallalar, Pattinathar and many more have praised the Lord Shiva of this temple. Sheklar has written about this place, how it flourished with various trees and plants even though it was close to the sea in Periyapuranam, and calls this place Adipuri. Sheklar describes the arrival of Sundara to Tiruvottiyur in his song. Appar, Thirugnana Sambandar, Sundarar, Pattinathar and many others have sung hymns on Lord Shiva of this temple. Sundarar came to Tiruvottiyur after darshan of Sri Kalahastishwarar at Kalahasti. In his hymns, he recollects the memories of Tiruvarur and feels very sad for not having a darshan of Tiruvarur Thiyagarajaswamy and also for being separated for a long period. So he sang a Patti Mayum on this temple. This place Tiruvottiyur had existed since the Paleolithic period with human habitation. As per the literature, this place was called Adipuri, hence this temple's lord is called Adipurishwarar. Another version is that the creator of this universe, Brahma, created this place first, hence this is called Adipuri. This is also called Tiruvottiyur. Tiruvottiyur has different meanings. In Tamil, oath means mortgage, another meaning is wiping out. During Pralaya, this place was completely covered with water and Shiva wiped out the water. Hence this place is called Tiruvottiyur. From the copper plate of Elancheri near Tirthani, Vijayalai Chola's father name was mentioned as Ottriyuran. The same name appears in the Tiruchengod inscription also. As per the Tevara hymns, the sea was very near and they were able to hear the roaring sound of the sea waves. The Rajagopuram and Friend Mandapam. The Rajagopuram is of 5 tiers with stucco images related to Saivism. Kumbha Panchacharam is between the plasters of the walls. This might have been built between the 10th and 13th centuries, probably during the Rajendra Chola period. The stucco images belong to the 16th century Nayaka period. The front mandapam of the main shrine was built during the Chola period. It is to be noted that the main sanctum and Rajagopuram are not on the same straight line. Thiyagarajaswamy Sanadhi was built during the 16th and 17th century. The fusion of Chola period mandapa with the later period Thiyagarajaswamy Sanadhi can be seen from the outside. The outer prakaram has the 27 Shivalingas, old lingas representing the 27 nakshatras on the south side of the outer prakaram. The main sanctum front mandapa is called Nitya Yagasala, where yagam used to be conducted daily. This mandapa might have been built during the 12th century, a later Chola period. The ceiling has statues of Shiva's various forms. Of those, an amazing one is the small Pichadanar. The Dwarapalakas at the entrance of the main sanctum are worth seeing. The Laladam of the crown has the Simha image. Both crown images are different. Also, neither is installed on a pedestal. Since the inscriptions are on the back wall of the Dwarapalakas, they were brought from somewhere elsewhere and installed here. In the Nitya Yaga Mandapam near Nataraja there is Chandikeshwara, which belongs to the 8th to the 9th century. In the inner Priharam near Kalyana Sanadhi, there is an old Chola painting that was discovered during renovation and is faintly visible. Kalyana, one of the 63 in Myanmar, belonged to Tiruvottiyur. He spends all his money on lighting lamps for this temple. When he does not have money, he intends to light the lamp with his blood. When he tried to cut off his head, Lord Shiva appeared and blessed him. The inner Praharam may belong to the 9th to 10th century. The pillars of Chola period inscriptions. The original temple may be of brick with a square base sanctum. During the Chola period, it was reconstructed as the Gajaprashavamanam with stone. Vattapparai Amman temple. This is actually a Saptama Atrikas temple facing north. The priests are not the usual Sivacharyas. For this Sanadhi and Ambal Sanadhi, unmarried Kerala Nambudris are performing puja. It was learned that this Vattapparai Amman was treated as a village deity and animals were sacrificed. A Balipidam and Sulam were there in front of this temple, which was removed in recent years. The practice of sacrifice was also stopped a few years before. Since the Sanadhi is very close to the main sanctum, the Sanadhi might have been constructed at a later period. Thiyagarajaswamy is in the form of Somaskandar. The flowered decorations are done in such a way that Swami and Ambal's face with their hands are only seen. The Natana of Thiyagarajaswamy is Ajaba. It was said that this Thiyagarajaswamy worshipping cult may belong to the Kalamukha sect, which wears Spatika Kundala and Yajnobhavida made out of hair. They ate food in Kapalam, the skull of human head. Appara sang the Bhikshadana came here after wandering in Mylapur. Thiyagarajaswamy is a Bhogamurti. During the procession, Somaskandar used to come out fully decorated. 12 people carried the open palanquin. On the outside of the inner Praharam wall and near Thiyagarajaswamy Sanadhi, inscriptions are there. This speaks about donations like 28 Samaram and Tivetti made by Devadasis. One of the donors' names was mentioned as Sanivuttriyur Akki. The raven was also called Manikya Thyagar. The sad part is that the inscriptions are covered by the flooring done in recent years. It was also said that in the olden days, Somaskandar was brought out by the Devadasis. The main sanctum was built during Chola period. Later, the mandapam was added and renovated during the Vijayanagara Nayaks. Kaulishwara Sanadhi is on the backside of Thiyagarajaswamy Sanadhi. A form of Shiva holding a Kapala and Trishul in the upper hands and lower hands is in Chin Mudra and meditating posture. This Murti may be called Agora Dakshinamurti. People mistakenly claim as Kaulishwara and Kuleshwara. Sanadhi. Moolavar is in the form of an anthill and Abhisheka is done only to the Avadayar. Moolavar is usually kept covered and will be open only 3 days a year from the Kartika Deepam festival. Punugu and oil are applied. Iravan is also called Padambakkanadar. As per legend, the snake Vasugi worshipped Lord Shiva and joined with Shiva with his body. This legend is very much associated with Kaya Rogana, Lakulesa Pasupata cult worship, that is, attaining Mukti and joining with Lord Shiva with the physical body. Instantly, all Kaya Rogana Shiva temples are on the sea coast in Nagapattinam and a temple in Gujarat. Life-size Bhairava with Jadamudi hangs up to the floor. A half-buried Bhairavi is also inside Shiva's main sanctum, just opposite Bhairava. The presence of Bhairava and Bhairavi indicates that the Kapalika cult worship existed earlier. The inscription on the right side wall back of right side Dwarapalaka records a land distributed to 10 people who staged the life story of Sundara in the presence of Sadranantanta Pandidar, Vasika Pandidar, Somasiddhanada Pandidar and Vottriyur Bhattar. In that it is mentioned that the land value should be the same value as the land that was sold at Dandeshwaram part of the Chennai city. As per the Kerala Culture website, the 960 Chola period inscription records that Valluvanad, a part of Malaynad present Kerala, King Vallaban was a friend of Chola King Rajaditya, who was killed by Rashtrakuta King Krishnan III, his prince Botuka. The depression over his failure to join his friend in the war and his death prompted him to abandon worldly pleasures and adopt the name Sathuranana Panditan to become the head of Tiruvottiyur Madam. Kulashekara King Vijay Ragadevan is mentioned in the inscription. The Rajendra Chola once 31st year reign inscription mentions that on Rajendra Chola's birthday, that is Marghazhi Tiruvadri, Tiruvottiyur Thirumayanamudaya Surana Pandithar deposited 150 kasu for ghee to this temple of Lord Shiva. There were lots of madams that existed during Chola period, and some of them are Sadhuranam Pandithar Madam, Rajendra one inscription, Kulothunga Cholan Madam, Rajendra Chola Madam, built by Nagala Vaisani, an Aryan woman, belonged to Mehalapuram of Arya Desam, and Angarayan Madam, Vijayanagara King Harihara II period. As per the legend, Thondaiman was ruling Kanchipuram and this place was part of it. Two small kings, Unnan and Vannan, refused to submit to Thondaiman's authority. Thondaiman led a war against the two kings. The two kings aided the Thondaiman's army. Thondaiman sought the help of sage Vromsa to fight against the demons. The sage gave a darbe leaf which he threw on the demons. The darbe leaf transformed into Maru, a weapon of Lord Shiva, and chased the demons away from the territory. Thondaiman was an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva and he reconstructed his temple in 750. He also constructed Parivara Devada's temple and installed 1,000 lingas brought from Kasi. Moolavar is called Padampakkanadar since Vasuki got Sivadiksha from Upamanyu Maharishi and worshipped Lord Shiva of this temple. Lord Shiva accepted Vasuki on his body, hence Lord Shiva is called Padampakkanadar. Lord Shiva is also called as Elthariyam Perumal since during the king's rule all the order circulars were sent in which it was stated as except Uttriyur, Ivanai Uttriyur Ningalaha. This is mentioned in Periya Puranam written by Sekidar. Kalyana, one of the 63 Nayanmars, was from this place. He used to worship Lord Shiva daily by lighting a lamp. He continued even during poverty. At one stage he couldn't do it and tried to kill himself, and Lord Shiva appeared and blessed him. Amman temple. The Amman faces south with a separate Balipidam, Dwajastambha and Simhavahana. The whole temple is also called Vadivudai Amman temple. For this Sannadhi and Vattaparai Amman Sannadhi, Kerala Nambudris who are also unmarried are doing puja. It was said that Shankaracharya brought Nambudris from Kerala to do puja to Ambal. A chakra was also installed by him. Thiyagarajaswamy has sung hymns on this Ambal. Vallala also sang Navami Malai. Pattinathar, Vallalar, Shankaracharya and Kanchipuriya worship Lord Shiva and Ambal of this temple. It is believed that the original temple existed during the 6th 7th century and was reconstructed in 750 CE during the Thondaiman period. In 1936, Kumbhabhishekam was conducted after renovation by an ardent devotee called Tiruvottiyur and Ennore. The renovation work took 14 years and he was present on all days. Later, Kumbhabhishekam was conducted in 1998 and 2013. Arulmigu Sri Peeleekan Muneeswarar Angala Iswari Aalayam Ennore. This place is in Barmanagar, Ennore. The people at Kattivakam near Ennore constructed a Muneeswarar and Sri Angalaman temple. They named the Muneeswarar Peeleekan Muneeswarar in remembrance of Myanmar or Burmese Peeleekan Muneeswarar temple. The temple faces east with a 5-tier Rajagopuram. The main shrines are Sri Angalaman and Sri Peeleekan Muneeswarar. Keeping these two shrines at the center, sub-shrines are constructed around them. Dwajastambham is in front of Sri Angalaman and a curved long sword is in front of Peeleekan Muneeswarar shrine. In the Praharam, Durgai, Kaliamman, Abhirami with Amritakadeshwarar, Nalvar, Dharmasastha, Sri Ayyappan, Kalyana Venkatesha Perumal, Annai Shivagami, Vinayagar, Puchi Ayya and Navagrahas are in separate Sannadhis. Two stucco horses are near the Rajagopuram. On the northeast corner facing east are stucco large size images of Muneeswarar, Anjaneyar and Amman. History says that the Indian Tamils had connection with Myanmar since the Rajendra Chola period. When Burma was taken over by the British in the 18th century, Indian Tamil people migrated to Burma, the present Myanmar, to work as labourers in paddy and sugarcane fields and tea estates. Most of the agricultural lands were owned by Natikotai Nagarathas. Later, labourers also purchased lands and started agriculture on their own. The Indian Tamil people also constructed temples for village gods of Muneeswarar and Amman, etc., and celebrated annual festivals like in Tamil Nadu. One such place is called Peeleekan in Myanmar. The annual celebrations allowed them to meet their relatives in a foreign land. It went on smoothly up to the middle of 20th century. In the year 1962, the ruling power was taken over by military in a coup and a lot of changes were made, which included the change of Prime Minister. This triggered a panic amongst the Indian labourers who started leaving Myanmar in mass numbers as refugees in 1965, leaving all their belongings. Indian government also arranged ships to commute them to India. Some of them stayed back. The laborers were accommodated in various parts of Chennai, Trichy, Chettinad, etc. The people wherever they stayed were called Burma Nagar or Burma Colony. The Burma Bazaar is also part of it to do business of selling electronic goods. This temple was constructed with the contribution received from the people who returned from Myanmar. The donation inscription stones are kept on the walls of the shrines.